Hey guys, welcome back to D&D. Joining me today, JoINrbs, Xilo, Zygon, and Rikytan. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. I know it's been a couple weeks. Sorry about that. Real life schedules and whatnot has made life a little bit unfortunate. We may also be going to an every other week schedule. Our DM is making a wonderful story and a wonderful world, but is very, very busy. So things like this happen. We'll see if we're going to fill it with something else or not. But for the moment, I would expect every other week to be about what we're going to manage right now. Okay, quick recap of last episode. Last episode was very long. Someone got drunk. I'm not going to point fingers or name names, and went on for a bit. I don't know who that would be or why they would do that, but the recap, really, of that episode, if you haven't watched it, is Riker's no longer with us. He went out into the desert. We don't really know what happened to him. It seems like maybe an accident. The Paladin's looking a little upset and a little suspicious. Don't know. On an unrelated note, but also interesting, our paladin, our cleric, not paladin, excuse me, our like cleric is currently possessed by a god, his god, the god of judging other people, and is about to pass judgment on Finn. Don't know why yet either, but we're gonna find out why. So we're gonna probably pick it up from missing Riker, who he's gone, and a judgmental god.
Up with him.
All right then. I would like to say that whole recap was basically Portgate. Like just put that out there. All right, so last we were doing things basically. Let's see. Belorin asked his god and a secret cleric thing to pass judgment, as we just said, and so we are in the middle of that.
Would this be, just out of curiosity, would he be doing this a lot? Any of our other actions? He'll just be from time to time asking his god to cast judgment on our actions in general? Because I'm also going to start, I'm going to reference my secret, like, pocket mouse or something, and ask it to cast judgment on his decisions, if this is how it's going to be, just in response.
Secret pocket mouse?
That's right. Think I'm just sitting in the hole when I'm digging those holes? No, I'm meeting animals and wildlife.
It's gonna angrily squeak at you.
That's right. Kill him!
Go for the eyes, boo.
All right. So you just to like speed this up, you give your side of the story.
Can you summarize
like
that
you
for
did
us?
before? So basically, you said that you made a deal with the representative of a local city-state empire, and you discovered while you were looking for him and he was missing that he went back on that deal, and you decided that he could no longer be trusted, and so you ended his life. It's pretty much
the extra element of that his going back on that deal causes huge amounts of instability and problems for every other involved party.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So you explain your actions, and with glowing eyes, Belorin just kind of stands there, just takes a note. He's just pure listening. And
this is the god of gods, right? Like the top tier god?
Not really.
Okay.
It's commonly thought that he's the god of gods because he's kind of like the god coordinator. He's the one who keeps the peace among the gods, but he's not technically like commanding over anybody. Okay. He just says, "Look, this is your chunk of the pie. This is your chunk of the pie. Don't like fuck with the people." Like,
okay, that's the god of pies.
So he doesn't necessarily rule over the other gods, but is it safe to say that there aren't other gods that are more powerful than him?
No, he's a baker. He knows what goes in the mix.
I don't know. You don't know that. As far as
but based on like common knowledge,
he's right here. Just ask him. What are you the god of, anyways?
True. Hey, Zeus. Are there other?
You're not my god. You should
powerful?
say to him.
You know, I heard that you might smite people. Is that what's going on right now? But yeah, it's something. It's commonly known that if you do something wrong, he will judge people. Normally, what happens is that it's just in the form of like some sort of sign, like maybe the clouds moving or something. But since Ricky Belorin rolled so well on his calling, that's why he's here personally.
So remind me. So we're coming back, flying back on the Griffin.
Right.
And like we dismount, and did I tell you guys what happened?
Yeah, that's why Belorin was so mad. That's why
all of us were like, "Wait, what just happened, guy?"
Right.
And you decided not to lie to us, so you told us.
Right.
Okay. So then he's like, "I'm going to channel my god." Was it instantaneous when this possession occurred, or do I have time to like prepare myself?
We talked about it for a while.
Okay.
You guys talked about it for a while, and that's when he decided that I don't mean to speak for you, Ricky, but that he did not
doing a
trust
lot of that.
you.
You possessing him.
That's true. But that he didn't trust your actions enough to do this ritual of sorts, and that's why we're in this situation.
Okay. All right.
So, you said your story. So, are you just like standing in front of him, just waiting?
No, I am not. I'm summoning my chalice of many liquids, and I'm calling for port.
Okay. You're calling for port? Is that what you said?
That's correct.
Roll me a d20. See if you can call for port. It tastes like really, really, really shitty wine.
Unfortunate.
Because it can only make beer and wine.
All right. Anyways, so after like just a
Day of
second,
disappointments.
after just a second of almost Jupiter just processing this information, he says, "I have decided."
How long was the pause?
Probably about 10 seconds.
All right. Can I 5 seconds in? Do I notice this being a pause?
Yes.
Okay. Can I poke Belorin and be like, "Hey, did we break him?"
Sure.
All right.
Belorin, roll me a tickle check.
Yeah.
I'm just.
When he's possessed, is he? Okay. Does he have his own ticklish stuff, or is it like the gods?
Wouldn't Zeus roll for being tickled?
I mean,
I guess I also feel, but I cannot react. So
Okay.
You can't react.
It was just a joke. Anyways, so he
Okay, go on.
he says, "I have decided that while your actions by the laws of mortals is considered evil for the sake of the greater good, this is acceptable."
And
You did not. He continues to explain. He just like a moment for you guys to sink in. This man who you ended the life of, could not have been trusted. His actions could not have been predicted. Therefore, while destroying him over capturing him may have been very very godly. Very extremely extreme. Look, extremely extreme. Yeah, yo, dude. Like, I will take no action against you. I mean, even though may the laws of mortals condemn you if they see fit.
Almighty Jupiter. Can Belorin?
He's gone.
He's gone? That was it?
He's gone? Jupiter, wait. Jupiter.
He's a busy man.
Oh, I wanted to ask him why he thinks it's okay to channel phonons like a heathen.
Ooh.
I poke Belorin dead in the center of his chest and say, "You need to fucking pack it up. Judging me every time. Your god has just said my actions are part of what your religion justifies. The head of your religion has just said this is how it goes from now on. That means you need to buck up, listen up, and pay the fuck attention." So I say to Belorin.
I found my D20. As soon as Jupiter left.
Belorin is more like,
Yeah,
seriously?
so
You mean this? Finn?
Did you say, seriously, do you mean this?
Yeah, what you just said, do you really think
Of course
it?
I mean it. I've never said anything I don't mean.
This needs to change.
Your god has just ordained that it won't be changing.
He will not do anything about it, but
Hold on! You're telling me your god's not going to enforce it, therefore his word means very little?
no, I will accept.
Can I have a conversation with Jupiter? Can I convert and channel him right now? Can we have the reverse possession? I don't mean to cut you off, Ricky. Go on.
I'm sorry. It's like that. Sorry, I need a moment.
I mean, at least you
You're
didn't
talking with this
accidentally
stuff.
make Jupiter into like a skater boy for a second. That was extreme, yo!
Look,
Cutting off that guy's head.
as Jupiter himself said, he will not judge you by himself, but you will be judged in the mortal world. So I will still report you to the bracers about your actions.
That's funny because we were
That
both
we
here
get
for.
back.
You heard him then. You're saying, Belorin. You could hear the god's words as he possessed
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, he could.
So he didn't say he wasn't going to judge me. He didn't say that at all. What he said is that judge from his judgment, my actions were vindicated outside of mortal law. In other words, a law above mortal law, the law that you believe in, his law, was what vindicated my actions.
We need to stop raising Finn's self-esteem. It's becoming dangerous.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, okay, Finn, I don't want you to be punished. I just want you to understand that what you did wasn't good for our group. Like, you did, I would say, a horrible thing on your own without discussing this with us.
You weren't there. You weren't with me, and this was
I was
time sensitive and relevant to everything that we're here to accomplish, our mission as its entirety, and everything we've done so far.
Time will tell what you did, if it was good or bad.
Time and Jupiter.
Speaking,
Who is the god of time? Is it Jupiter?
But I would say Chronos, I think. But am I right? Is it Chronos?
I think so.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Kronos is Greek.
I am still mixing this.
It's Janus.
Oh.
Is the who I
Okay,
guess
doesn't matter.
for quick world building is that Janus is considered one of the like gods people think exists but doesn't talk to anybody. So it's like up in the air whether his existence is real.
Like, Finn, you are talking about being judged, but what you did, you judged that man, and you were also his executioner. Do you really believe that's right for you to decide?
I did it. I clearly agree with my actions. I mean, it's very clear you don't, and it's very clear that you reached for the judgment of your god, and it's clear that the judgment of your god doesn't agree with you either. So I don't quite know where you want to go from that. You're, I guess, welcome to report it to our leaders, and that's fine. So be it. But I stand by what I've done. I have removed a large potential problem from our mission at hand, and I understand that you don't like the means I've chosen to do it. But again, I was there. I needed to take action. These are what I saw as reasonable actions in those circumstances for what we have to work with.
But in other words, if you could, you would do it again.
As I keep saying, yes, I stand by my actions.
Okay, seems like you will not try to listen to me, so I'm just gonna tell you that one day it will bite you in the ass.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Speaking of gods of time, we do have a place to go, and I feel like maybe this conversation has run its course. What do you guys think about packing up and getting going.
What time of day is it?
It's a couple hours before dusk, so you guys were getting ready to leave because you wanted to travel by night as usual, and that's when you guys were like, right, where's Riker, and blah blah blah. So
I agree with you, Fang. It's about time we got going. So, on the camels, and now that the dragon thing is in our way, let's just go for it.
Is our paladin friend coming with us?
yeah, so she's
The Lynn
standing.
to my fin?
She's standing near her griffin, just letting you guys talk it out. Like she's just about like within earshot in case you need her, but she's not.
Who is her deity?
You guys don't know yet.
I'm ready to get going. That's fine. At some point later, I would like to chat with her. Is she coming with us? I'll approach her and ask, will you be aiding us, or is your job here done?
She nods. Absolutely. Yeah, the threat is still in the area. We still have a job to do.
All right. Well, it's going to be 4 of us plus her plus Riker.
Riker's dead.
Right. Well,
Ghost
hence
Knights.
was. Okay, let's go.
You guys have Ghost Knights, by the way. Yeah, they're still here. So
Oh, are they coming with us?
I don't know. Are they?
Well, what are they doing? What have they been doing the whole time we've been talking?
They have been playing rock paper scissors nearby.
They know that game?
old
Yeah,
game.
because they're with Iden and he's teaching them rock paper scissors.
Oh, Iden, right.
Let's move
No,
on.
no, you don't do the same action every time. That's how you lose.
So it's Iden, us 4,
Yep.
Right,
Lynn,
Yep.
right.
and 3 knights.
Yep.
So there's 9 of us?
Yep.
I'd like to ask the knights if their horses can carry 2.
He looks at you and he says, "They can." That's it. And then they go back.
So if we left Iden behind, we could get there in like an hour or something, because the horses go like super fast and 2 people can ride the griffin.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah,
Iden's
like
like,
right
"No,
in
you
Iden's face.
can't- No, please, I have to go. I've never.
Bring the camels and catch up.
do,
This is time sensitive, Iden.
do you see that castle?
I do.
is-
We'd better get there, and we can't send Finn ahead on his own.
These are forgotten realms.
I could scout
I
ahead
need
on the
to
griffin.
go.
I pipe up.
No, you
Take care of any problems as they
Privilege
before we
is
get there.
revoked. Privilege is revoked, Finn.
My stupid chalice is broken. It won't give me port.
Also, hilariously enough, all the NPCs here have pretty much sworn fealty to Finn. Like, all the knights, Lynn, agreed with Finn, and then
Jupiter.
I'm pretty sure Finn said pretty early that Iden must follow him, like his instructions. So pretty much everyone, all the NPCs here, are under the command of Finn right now.
That's as it should be. We decided democratically that Finn would be the face of our party,
That's right.
but it is important that our party has like other things, like a brain, and so it is important that the rest of us are involved.
I see the problem.
Can the Griffin carry 3 people?
Do you say this out loud?
Sure.
She like shrugs. She says, "Well, if one of you is carried in her talons, then yes."
Iden!
Iden, you really want to go so bad? We found your seat.
He turns pale at the thought of this.
Wait. What about the camels then? Like, we need also to think of plan to go back.
I turn to Lynn. I say, "Can your griffin carry 2 men, a 3rd man in his talons, and 3 camels? 4
no,
camels,
no.
excuse me."
I think this is beyond her capability.
I guess we can't go then.
Okay, how much faster are the Ghost Knights?
Well, if we left now, we'd probably figure this out about the same time we arrived. Let's let's do this. Aiden, there's no saying that you would not be able to come see this, but you'd just be a little bit slower. I think if you came and brought the camels with yourself, and we could get there first, take stock of any danger, clear the way to make it safe, and then you would be able to get some sense of the area and still see it. I know this is very important to you to see the land as it is and these ancient mysteries. So perhaps that would be a compromise?
He looks at you nervously, and he says, but the creatures, who would defend? And yeah, he just like,
you worry about the travel there.
Yes. I do not know this area as well as the previous deserts, but as I told you before, at night that's when predators hunt.
Let's just go with the camels, even though it takes a little longer.
I can scout ahead.
You're right.
It
would suck if the camels all died, because even though like we still have we're still like in the middle of a desert, so even if we finished everything and got back here, then we'd still be in the center of a fucking desert, real slow.
Okay. All right. Well, sacrifices must be made. I guess we'll travel by camel.
Okay. All right. So, are you guys leaving right now?
Yes.
Everyone. Okay. It's about. I'm going to say 2 hours until it's cool enough. So everyone make me 2 con saves.
2 con save. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what do I have? Just a hard one. I don't have to roll with disadvantage, right? I just have harder DC on it.
It's just, yep.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay, that's better.
Alright, everyone is fine. Fang, you were starting to feel hot right before it started to get cool, but once it started getting cool, you were fine. And opposite with you, Belorin, you were starting real hot in your armor, but even the slight drops in temperature over time, it was starting to get comfortable enough for you. So everyone is fine. All right, so you guys, for the sake of easy and quick travel, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to do some fast play combat. You do find some predators. In this case, it wasn't anything crazy. It was just giant scorpions.
Okay.
That were threatening the camels. So everyone can just roll me a quick D20 to see how they did in combat, I guess, like we did before with the antlions.
Okay.
Just gonna move this along.
So it's one roll to determine all of our combat. Got it.
This is just how much damage you're going to take. Like, it's just.
So
we would
I
have
guess
we would have just sent the knights who were immune to poison to go deal with it.
I guess the giant scorpions know about the prone trick then.
You accidentally hide in one of their lairs.
It's
the wrong hole.
Finn, it turns out that going prone doesn't help you against scorpions when they strike downwards with their tail. It just feasibly, like the geometry behind that just didn't really work out for you. So you're gonna take 13 poison damage. But everyone else, you guys are fine. As you guys finish up that combat, and if you guys want to use any resources like to heal, just let me know. But as you guys finish that, you actually pass a large bloody spot in the sand. Like, it seems like there's sand like moving across it, but you see what seems to be a large pool of blood and something shimmering in sand. Yeah, Finn, this is Wrecker's execution spot.
Okay. I casually spit as I go by it.
Ooh.
What is that? Do you know something, Finn?
No.
Really?
Does it look like the killing was clean and unbarbaric?
Well, there's no body.
Roll me investigation.
Ooh, that's not a good
I thought you were talking about being the brains of the group. That's a generally good investigation.
No, I'm not the brains of the group.
It's just
No, that wasn't
wallet.
me.
Fang,
that's
after
supposed
like
to be
just
flame.
kind of like, after just prodding around, you can see bloody platinum pieces in the sand, and you see that on the body itself, the head was cut clean off, but you do not find the head.
All right.
Oh, so
Well,
the body is here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll like say a few words to put the area at peace, or attempt to, and then I'm
Words
ready to
put
move
areas
on.
at peace.
I don't know. I'm a monk.
Is that what monks do? I didn't realize.
Pretty sand, rest, combat go.
Something.
These are just brand names. You find these in the supermarket.
Rest in sand.
Rest in sand.
I'm gonna check this. Flint is gonna check to see if Riker had any other money or any other useful equipment.
Roll me investigation. All right, so just looking around in the area, you see that Riker has a very, very like high quality shield. Like it seems like this it feels magical in nature to you. You're not sure what it does. And you also find the bloody platinum pieces in the sand.
How much?
You guys. Give me all
Wait,
this
you-
shit about the moral judgment of what we've done. And you have now
You're just
found
gonna let it
shinies
rot
on
in
the
the sand?
sand! We're gonna loot his
but-
corpse!
Wait,
You
isn't
find
it
You
the
hypocritical
bag
fucks.
that he threw?
What
And
was
then
that?
it's- No,
Yes,
what
but we don't do
happened?
that.
I mean, what happened between Riker and Finn, that Riker threw the money at him and Finn was like that he just cut it open and he didn't take anything from it, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, so in the event, Riker tried again attempted to bribe Finn, say, hey, like let's look the other way. And Finn didn't have any of that. And basically, I don't remember if it was Finn or if it was the Paladin, but someone picked up the coin purse and just cut it open, so it all scattered across the sand.
Yeah, I mean, like,
But he
so
has
it
no
was
way of
found.
knowing that, right? He didn't
Right.
pass any
No,
message.
No, I didn't know that. I'm just like thinking, like,
Yeah, I'm just saying
I'm
from a
surprised he
meta
found
level,
it.
that's what happened. Like,
But Flint is pragmatically not just gonna let gold.
also,
Oh,
this
platinum,
was
just
this was the first time I got to use my percentage dice because there was 100 platinum coins. You found 59. Good job.
So I just want to get the scene straight. So we're
Okay.
riding on camels to complete our mission, the journey's destination that we finally found. We pass a large pool of blood in the sand, not far from where we fought some giant scorpions.
Right.
Our party gets off their horses, identifies it as blood, then gets on hands and knees and roots around in the dirt and blood and mud until they find every last gold coin that they can possibly find, while I assume, presumably, keeping up some moral recriminations to me the entire time, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Just so I got
Yeah.
the scene 100% perfect.
Fang
Also-
looks at the scene. Fang looks at the scene and he says to Finn, "This scene supports everything you've told me. I'm proud of you for not taking the bribe. I feel that you, if impulsive, have acted in the good of the party."
Thank you, Fang. I appreciate that sentiment. What do you think happened here, Fang, out of curiosity?
It looks like you beheaded a guy and refused a bribe.
Okay, sometimes I have a hard time reading you. I'm never quite sure what you see and what I see when we look at the same thing.
Well, there's a lot of spirits in the sand as well, which are a little unsettled, but I don't think you would know much about those.
No, and I heard you use your monkish words of peace, and that seemed to probably, judging just from your facial expression, seems to have really quieted them down.
I mean, it's a lengthy process, but we're beginning to heal.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so how far are we from the castle?
You guys are about halfway-ish.
Did one of them pick up the shield as well, or is that just left?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh no, I picked it up also.
Okay.
I think Flint.
Fucking magic shield? Of course I'm gonna pick that shit up.
Yeah.
Okay, Belorin was listening what Fang says. Like, I will go talk to Finn that I appreciate also that you didn't take the bribe. And then like I turn, I see Flint picking up the coins like, seriously, man?
What? I'm not just gonna let it rot here in the sand.
I respond to that. My response to that is, it seems strange to me that you're concerned at all about the fate of the money when I've taken a man's life for this. It seems somewhat petty in comparison. I guess thank you for the sentiment of not casting judgment on every last piece of the behavior that happened here, but it seems strange to me. And I'll just hop on my camel, Little Fang.
Thanks, Junior.
And I'll say, you understand me, Little Fang, don't you? You know I did this for a bit of our party. And I'll pat him on his flank and try to just avoid any... Yep, exactly. Knew that was coming. Let's move quickly, Little Fang. This area is disturbed.
Okay, onward.
Right before you get on your horses or
Nope.
camels, the knights on the horses say, "Sir, my lord, would you like us to scout ahead?"
That would be excellent. That would be... Oh, hold on. It seems that Flint needs you for a greater task. What do you need them for, Flint?
Oh, I don't need them for anything, but I just don't want them going off and getting killed the second time without us.
Flint,
Do you
your
doubt
diplomacy-
our valor?
Say what?
He's absolutely. Do you doubt our valor, mage? Or should I call you Wiccan?
Well, you're the dead one here, not me.
I'm gonna roll for taking offense to that.
Fight.
I see that while we may be living again, it is yet another chance to do the good deeds that the world needs.
Aye, so stick with us.
Follow my lead.
Let's go then.
Okay. I mean, so just to be clear, you're saying them to stay now.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that advice. I'll take them aside for a minute and say, your offer is well received, but it seems we don't want to give warning of our coming, and we are concerned that mounted men will draw attention where fast mounted riders will draw attention where the plodding of a camel may go unnoticed.
Bum, ba-dum, bum,
Perfect.
bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. All right. So you guys continue your journey, and
This point, we've like passed the place where we remember seeing the dragon, right?
oh, absolutely. So
Okay.
the dragon was kind of where Riker was, like
Okay,
in that
gotcha.
general area.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's about. The dragon was inside all along. something. Anyway, so you guys encounter more flaming skulls, and the knights in particular are quite taken aback by this. What are these fiends? They animate themselves in some sort of strange green flame. My lord, what are your orders?
I am no expert on these creatures, but we have encountered them before, and they've caused us no harm. Stay clear of them. If they attack, of course, defend yourselves, but hopefully there won't be any need.
Yep, they just move right along. Like you see them, but you guys
We don't like animal life. We're fine with floating skulls. Anything in the desert that lives or walks or crawls, we fucking stab to death. But floating skulls, that's fine.
Yeah, ant lions dead, giant scorpions dead, floating skulls, that's fine.
Snake people dead. Riker.
Ghostly knights, fine.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, everything that floats.
Oh.
I think that's, if I'm judging this, anything that floats, we're good with. If it floats, we're good. What rhymes with floats?
Okay, onward.
all right. So you guys continue your journey until you finally, like, as you get closer and closer, you see this castle in greater detail. So it has two. It seems like the actual aura itself is huge. It's probably at least like 100 feet in the air and takes up the size of a general, like, large mansion. Like just a big red aura of phonons.
Oh,
And
which
as
phonons?
red phonons.
The red disturbance that we're here to investigate?
Yeah, so you guys saw
When
this
Jupiter
from a
possesses you, that's a god in your skull. Do you think there's room for anything left after that? No. Everything else is forced out. This man barely knows his own name anymore. You need to lay off Belorin here.
But
Wait, what?
See what I'm saying?
Good luck.
oh, you guys are great. Okay. All right, so you guys
He's
get
basically
closer,
retarded now. We're just gonna have to care for him till he comes back to himself.
and as Finn, you saw before, this is an ancient castle that was in ruins, however, has been patched up with sand. So like there was chunks out of the walls, there was chunks out of both towers that have been like reformed into shape by the hard sand substance that you saw before that the huts were made out of.
Yeah. We've seen
It's
this
not
they're really cool, like sand art. It's like that.
So yeah, like it's basically like remodeled completely in sand. Like anything that looks like it wasn't like there, it's been like it looks like a castle, a fully loaded castle with sand.
So I'm kind of imagining like runes, like Roman runes, but everything that is missing from the runes is just like this
It's
hard
filled it.
now.
Yep,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Okay. And
Yeah,
none of it. This is kind of a silly question, but none of it's like ethereal, right? It's not like it's for sure here real. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can make an investigation check to make sure. 'Cause
Sure.
that's how you-
Like
that's how you-
Arcana or something.
well, investigation is how you see illusions.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is 100% legit to you. Like
Okay.
you see it, and you under scrutiny, especially now with your phone on vision, you're noticing that like just as you've had it like in your battles up to this point, you notice like certain like when you see magical things, you can tell on a phone on sight level as well, and you don't see like any special like thing that would make this like seem like an illusion. Like maybe like blue phonons would trigger you off, but this seems like all red here.
Right. Okay.
All right, so you guys arrive. Let's move maps.
Darkness.
Yep. Let me get your tokens.
It's night, isn't it?
Yeah, it's night. It's super night by now. All right. So you see two towers in the front. Man, how do I do this? Polygon reveal. I'm not even.
Yeah, I think
But,
I did one of
you-
those on stream already accidentally. All right.
But yeah, you see a large staircase. So the entire structure itself seems to be mostly like single story, but large single story, like high ceilings. Like, but it doesn't seem like it's multi-story, except for the two towers that you can see at the front of the structure here. And I'm trying to reveal that,
Ah.
but I'm not doing a very good job.
I thought. Okay, I'm a little lost. Then I thought the staircase with these 6 octagons around it is that the entrance to the castle, right?
Yes,
Okay, what is this large circular thing that you've just revealed?
that
That's
is
a tower.
Yes.
Okay,
I assume there's another tower to the right side of it also.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So these like
Oh, I
some,
got it.
like,
I now have a
huge
better
pillars
picture.
or something.
Well, they're not that
Right.
big.
The next to the staircase, the things. Like
All right.
stone pillars or
These are like columns. So this is a staircase, and it has like a giant like overhang of stone. So this is a staircase up to the entrance, and there is an overhang to kind of like protect from the elements, I suppose.
Anytime you reveal something, could you reveal a little bit, like a little bit of the wall also, so that we can for sure see that, okay, this is a wall instead of just unrevealed terrain.
I guess these
Okay.
are like
Oh, I didn't see
windows.
that at all till you mentioned it.
Yeah, I think you can see those windows, right? Those are windows.
Yeah,
So-
like
okay,
this
I
is
gotcha,
one
gotcha.
window kind of, I believe.
Okay. All right.
okay.
Right. So is the door
Anyway.
closed? At the top of these
So
stairs?
you guys don't even go up yet.
Oh, okay.
So this is just what you're seeing.
Okay.
And so the knights and Lynn, they get off their steeds and they say this place is magnificent. I've never seen such architecture. Is this normal for whatever kingdom this is? And they're just kind of saying in general, like they don't know who's knowledgeable. That's Lynn asking the group
Sorry, Lynn asking the group?
about yeah, because she doesn't know anything about this. Like
Okay.
I
She
just
saw
want to
this-
say out loud that I would like to look at it closer when we get there.
all right.
Same here.
All right, so as you guys approach the stairs, and now that I have everything revealed, let me grab your tokens. As you guys approach the stairs, you notice that one of the balcony areas, or one of the towers has a balcony actually, and you see a group of heavy red phonons, and the tower is quite tall. So even with your dark vision, you can't quite see all the way, but you can see just enough that you see a big group of phonons enter the balcony.
So, which tower?
This is the right tower.
Okay, so the right tower has a balcony, not at the top of the tower, but just like below the top of the tower. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
a balcony.
like I would say the tower is about 100 feet tall, and this
Okay.
is about like 75 feet.
Okay. And there's some red phonons.
Yeah.
And we can't see anything else. And
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, the left and right side, like limits of this map, the wall just keeps on going, right? Because it's quite large, or like where does it end, basically?
Give me 1 second. I'm still getting your tokens.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So there is a limit to this structure, as you can see on the sides here. You wouldn't know it that well, but you can just so you get like a general gist.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this is like also wall to the left, like all of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear a booming voice. Who goes there?
From where?
From the
The
balcony.
balcony?
Oh,
The
from
balcony.
that balcony. Okay. Okay. I try to look that way. Do I see something?
Roll me perception, but it's gonna be hard. It's nighttime, and
Alright.
your dark vision only has so far.
Okay. Perception. I don't see anything.
You just kind of squint up there, and you're just like, is that a group of red phonons talking to me? No, like you don't see any other details besides that. But something you does that? Yeah, everyone can go ahead and roll perception. Just get this out of the way. See who can see this. Wow. So just Fang.
Love rolling perception.
Just Fang, you can see quite well that this figure, it seems to be it's definitely humanoid, and he has like some sort of structure in his chest. You can't see the details very well, but there's something like not human in his chest. And you see similar, like you saw with the basilisk way back in episode 1, you see lines of glowing phonons across his body.
So Fang is going to
Phonon
be
fucker.
really good friends with them.
I feel a little unsettled by this. I'm gonna convey it to my party members like quickly, quietly, so that he can't hear us talking.
Okay.
What should we do?
Speak now! Identify yourselves! Why
Wait,
trespass
wait,
on
wait,
my
I-
land?
I want to use thaumaturgy to make my voice louder and like identify yourself first.
Oh my god. Am I the voice of the party or is this man? This man has just been possessed. He needs time and quiet and peace and not to be put in high pressure situations.
Well, you weren't saying anything.
I think from a RP standpoint of someone who's not the voice, that was a perfect thing to say. And he says, "You are the one trespassing in my domain. Why should I answer to you, dwarf?"
I mean, you can talk whenever you want, Finn.
I'm not a
Tell
dwarf.
him about we're the bracers. We're important.
We are here on an important mission.
This is the attack you want to
Tell him we're the bracers.
He went. What is your goal? What do you seek?
We are trying to investigate what's the what's the word? Anomaly or
Anomaly.
anomaly over here that we were informed about, and it's
Sure.
this place.
Tree.
Aside to Finn, he's very honest, isn't he?
Yeah. not a
I-
crooked bone in his
I-
body.
I do not know this
anything in here.
anomaly that you speak of, but I must ask you to leave.
I whispered to Fang. I'm really kind of curious to see how he responds now. It seems like he's dug himself into quite the hole. It's going to be really exciting to see how he gets himself out of it.
I'm riding the griffin if we have to leave.
That's fine. Camels are so fucking slow.
And he's just waiting for a response.
I look expectantly at Belorin. What are you going to tell him, Belorin?
I'm not sure.
Take your
I
time.
whisper
He
back
seems
to-
like a kind of guy who's just happy to wait.
If you are so smart, why you don't talk?
You wanted
Speak
to have a
now!
crack at it. I thought I'd give you your chance.
Speak
Just so we can
now
get this out
or
of our
take your
system.
leave. My patience is growing thin.
He's got thin
Cannot
patience.
we talk about this inside?
Did you just invite yourself in? Nice work. Good work.
You seek an audience? Do you know who I am?
You didn't introduce yourself. I don't know.
Oh, that's
I
right.
specifically asked him who he was.
I like this.
Maybe he's been possessed by a god recently too.
Could be. Could be. I'm so
He
lost.
just-
Whose turn is it in this conversation? There's such long pauses in between each individual speaking that I have no fucking clue who's talking right now.
I responded to him.
Oh, you
With-
did?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on
You
the...
suck audience. I am the king of this realm, and I answer to no one. Now leave. I have no business with you.
But we do.
We have business with us? Did you say
And-
that loudly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like.
Sorry,
but
I thought
we
you
do have.
Loudly, because of the spell.
It's pretty loud there.
This is your final warning. Leave my domain. I will not be asking another time.
I'm going to casually walk over to my knight friends and hop
Okay.
up behind one of them.
Uh-huh.
Just on his horse.
I'm gonna
Right.
look like I'm just pacing and being very thoughtful, but I'd like to do it in a way that gets me a little bit closer to this guy.
You mean
Okay, sure.
up. You want to
Just-
pace
just
up the
very-
side of the tower.
Like I'm gonna.
Just non-threateningly, just walking, just
It's
sort
like
of
70
just
feet
thinking.
up.
75. He's
Just
75.
that way.
wrong are
Just
we
here. No,
doing?
this is fine. This is fine.
Like we just want to talk with.
Yeah, that's fine. That's inappropriate. All right.
All right.
Say that again, Blair?
It's like, what wrong are we doing? Like we are not doing anything to you. Why should you attack us? We just want to talk.
I guess it'd be your turn to respond. I want to respond, but I think I won't.
Okay. I seek nothing from you. Are you defying my orders to leave? And he starts to put his hand up. And only Fang can see this still. But he's starting to, like, extend his hand.
I interpret that as an attempt to cast a spell.
You would interpret that... roll me another perception. Okay. Yeah, you would interpret that... it's definitely he's trying to do something, and you can see, like, another, like, darker shade of red phonons are starting to gather around his hand.
It looks like we're on the outside of a castle, though.
Yeah.
There's no hole in a wall. The door is shut.
Mm-hmm. He's 75 foot up, about to cast death on you. So far, conversation has gone well.
How tall is the tower?
It's 100 feet tall, and he's about 75 feet up. Also on a balcony.
Back off.
Okay.
But I think he put a question in the air, and our.
Well, I'm not talking.
Oh, I know.
But I am definitely walking away.
I was prompting Belorin to continue his conversation attempt.
In your silence, one of the knights who you were close to, Finn, he says, "You're no king of mine! You are an imposter!"
Oh my god. I want to walk, skirt out into the darkness, and I want to come up.
Sorry.
I want to, like, come up this side of the tower. I'm gonna try to maneuver around there in the darkness.
Speaking of which, can you identify exactly where this balcony is? Where on the tower? Okay.
I'm going to now speak up, especially after this knight has said something. I will curtly say to him, "Now is not the time for this. Please hold your tongue. This is a particularly dangerous moment, and this will not help the situation." And I'll yell up to the tower. I'll yell, "Great King, we apologize for our approach. We have business that likely concerns you and likely interests you. We wish to discuss that. I understand that our approach is somewhat untraditional and our greeting somewhat rude. We have been long on the road. We've traveled far to be here, and it seems to have taken the toll on our mental well-being and on our manners. Please, let us restart this. I do not mean to cause offense. We will, of course, back away if you require it, but we would wish to find some sort of meeting with you if that would, on your time is fine, but when we can, please."
What, need to find Aiden's token. What is everyone's general position right now?
Where my character is.
I guess I lost my Aiden token. I don't know what happened to him.
I'm trying to be over here, but I'm pretty sure I'm, like, on the way. I'm not there yet.
I am on the back of the horse of one of the ghost knights.
Okay. Here we go.
I guess we managed to go, like, down. I wanted to examine, like, before.
Okay, so here's Aiden. He's the slowest. Here's Aiden and his horses. The ghost knights are kind of up ahead because they were fastest. Lynn's not close behind. So everyone just wherever you want to be. It's going to be kind of important.
Because of fireball.
All right. So, as you speak, Finn, everyone feels. I saw you scoot back, Xilo. Scooch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Scooch. Everyone can feel shifting underneath the sand if they're standing on it, and I need everyone in pretty much. Where are you, Finn?
I am underneath one of the knights because I'm on the back of one of the knights.
Okay. I'm gonna say everyone but Xilo because he scooched over. Xilo and the knights plus Finn make me a dex save.
So Xilo, the knights, and Finn don't have to. So only half of us can make the dex save. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay. not the voice of the party.
I think I'm like over here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I could say
Right.
you're out of range. You've been sneaking around. That's fine.
So it's right below.
So,
Yeah, pretty much. Belorin and Iden.
dex save.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So,
have Jupiter
well-
judge this deck save, your Minotian, and I'm gonna on a fucking Olympic scoring system.
Belorin, you feel sand shift under you, and the sand seems to be hardening, and as you as the sand starts to form, you immediately react, and spears come out of the sand under you. Everyone gets speared except for Lynn. Well, in the range, except for Lynn and Belorin, and takes.
Wait, I'm so confused
So
by
it's
your exclusion language. Aren't there 3 people there? And you said everyone except 2 of them?
Basically,
It's just
Yes. Yeah, you're right. So just Iden.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
I-
Iden.
Iden takes a sand spear through the ass. Got it. Got it.
And all the camels.
well,
No, Fang Jr.
I'm riding the camel.
No, the spear just
There,
rode that
there would
camel.
have been no reason to get off the camel.
Okay, fair enough.
I got off my camel. My camel just
Yeah, me
got
too.
spit.
The spears impale Iden through the chest and all the camels. Just
Except mine.
except Xylo's camel, and then the sand just dissipates, and blood starts shooting out of the wounds, just like sprays out, and Iden screams and hits the sand. And
So
the
what
camel,
happens-
they
what happens
so.
to Belorin and
3
Iden?
camels
Camel
and
back?
Iden. No, actually 4 camels because Iden has a camel. 4 camels. I got to roll for the 4th one. They all, except for okay, 3 of the 4 camels and Iden get impaled by these sand spears.
So what happens to Belorin and Lynn?
They
Just,
they
like,
dodge.
dodge out of the way?
They
Okay.
dodge out of the way. So
So-
Lynn and Belorin dodged out of the way of the sand spears.
Are we in combat or can I do some actions?
You can do an action.
It's like what I would like to do, like after noticing this impalement, I would like to get on the stairs
Okay.
and on the way I'll be like, I don't know, and I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that.
Just level 1.
Do you have to be next to someone for that?
I mean, he's moving over that direction, I guess. And
Oh, okay.
you just you
Yeah, I
you
will
just
like
hear
rush to him and like then get on the stairs afterwards.
you
and, like,
hear
try
the
to
person
like,
on the
calm down.
balcony as you're doing this. You hear the person on the balcony say, "Let that be a lesson to you. Now leave my lands, or I shall have you destroyed." And then the presence leaves, like it goes into the tower. But you can see sand in this area start to shift.
What do you mean start to shift?
Moves.
You just see it's like shifting around.
You ever heard of shifting sands? It's like
Is
that.
there a window in the tower that I'm standing by?
No, not on that side. Or, well, not that you know of.
Is there... I want to try to throw my grappling hook to stick to the top of the battlements.
Throwing strength based in this game, right?
Well, if I fail, it's fine.
I'm seeing what the range even on it is.
So this dude just cast that spell, threatened us, and just like, did he like vanish, or did he just
Walk
like
back
appear
inside.
to just
This
walk
isn't-
away?
Okay.
He's in a fucking castle. There's 4
Yeah, I
dudes
get
on
it.
horse at the bottom who are
I'm trying to make sure that there's no like how much is magical and how much isn't. So if he just vanished out of
Oh, I
thin
see.
air, that would imply magic. But if he walked away, then he walked away.
He walked away.
I'll add a dex component to my throw, too. I'll, like, run up to the side of the tower and, like, try to run 2 steps up the wall while I'm launching it.
Okay. It's going to be hard because the range on grappling hook is 50 feet. So you're going to have to, like, scale quite a bit, actually, to be able to even have a chance of hitting the balcony.
Well, I didn't pay all this money on acrobatics training for nothing.
All right. Roll me acrobatics and then roll me a strength check.
So,
All right.
Oh yeah. So he could do like acrobatics to climb up the wall 25
To
feet.
scale the wall, and then you actually
Is that
chink. You actually like are 25 feet in the air on the rope. You chink into the balcony with your. In fact, you do it like the most Jackie Chan style possible. You do a running.
Okay,
Chink.
and I don't want to detract from this achievement, but I'm understanding his grappling hook is he's only got rope for 50 foot, right? So
Yeah.
he's
Do I
managed
really?
to ninja up the
I
wall
have
25
rope separate from the grappling hook in my pack. Like I have a grappling hook and I have rope.
How long is the rope though? 50 feet, right?
I could.
basic.
It doesn't say.
So,
you should
I
Okay,
have silk
I
as
can
well.
say-
I'll tie silk to the bottom of the rope.
While you're
I would
jumping?
say. Well, okay. So I would say that I think the 50-foot range is more of a just like an achievable throw kind of thing.
Right,
Like,
okay.
Okay.
Like so his rope is probably longer than 50 feet.
Is it
It's
the
just that
basic
he-
starting rope? Because I think the basic starting rope is 50 foot. I think you
I'm
get
pretty
50
sure.
foot of rope in one of any of the packs, right? Is there a longer one? Does anyone have a longer one?
I mean, we have other 50-foot ropes that we could just tie onto it. So
Okay, but at that moment,
right.
Yeah.
Fang is on a
Yeah.
50-foot rope. He's
On
25
the
foot up
edge.
in the air, and he's thrown his grappling hook and hit it, and he's at the bottom of his rope, and
You
he's
guys
hanging
don't
there.
necessarily even see
was
that.
impressive.
Yeah, I'm hanging there right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
You
impressed.
guys don't necessarily even
I'm
see
not
that I'm
paying
there. I don't
attention.
think.
No,
Like, it's
I
fine.
failed my perception check. As far as I can tell, there is no Fang.
I'm just gonna climb it. I'm not gonna risk making any more noise than I already did.
Okay. So you're gonna try to? Are you gonna try to do it stealthily? Then roll stealth.
Yes, I am.
All right. So Lynn is looking at you, Finn, and she's looking up at the balcony, like, is this a good idea? Like, what should we do? Like, she's looking for direction from you.
From me?
We have a
Yeah.
fucking
I can't-
griffin with us.
I
God
can't
damn.
see her. I can't see him. I don't know what she's talking about. So I just
Um,
respond as I assume she's talking about the events that just happened, and I say, well, clearly we must find another way to enter this realm. Like we can't. I mean, this is a fortified castle. Did you
griffin
bring your
wings-
siege engines? Your griffin could perhaps get us up there. I understand your thoughts. Perhaps that is a means we should take, but I feel like at the very least we should remove ourselves from the immediate proximity, have a discussion about what we want to do, and come back. That seems to make the most sense, right?
She nods her head. And as you guys have this discussion, by the way, this is within a span of a couple seconds, because this is kind of important. That you start seeing figures start to take shape in the sand where it was shifting.
Oh crap.
Do I see
Is
that?
Aiden
you
dead?
guys. No, I didn't get healed, but the camels are not doing well right now. Oh yeah, by the way, I need to roll what camels these were, because that's kind of important. If this was Fang Jr.,
Wasn't it all three?
it was 3 out of the 5, but
Oh.
Xylos is definitely not Fang Jr., so it's a 75%
Okay.
chance. One of them was Fang Jr. He is hurt.
Hurt or dead?
Oh my gosh.
Very hurt, not dead.
He was just impaled.
By sand.
Like all 3 of the camels are making like injured camel noise. I don't know what that sounds like, but yeah, it's just, they're on the ground bleeding.
Okay. Well,
Fang looks at you, or Fang Jr. looks at you in like big camel eyes.
I see that, and that is on my mind. But for now, it's been an hour. We need to take our first break. Gentlemen, ladies, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back in just a few. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.